Good morning, welcome to Ag Talking Raw, where I talk raw about agriculture and other things that are on my mind. Okay, so what I want is for you all to watch this video to its end, and then, leave a comment below, because this channel will not end. This channel actually makes more money than the other channel, and I enjoy doing this one. It's just I haven't had time for it. So there you go. Yeah, it's all about the money, right? That's what I am. I'm a sellout to the man, and it's all about the money. And One Lonely Farmer has pretty much up and died. It's just nobody wants to see it anymore. That nobody subscribes to it anymore. Gobble My Balls just unsubscribes everybody from me. I gained 200 subscribers, but they never show on the algorithm, and and that's weekly. They never show up on the channel because that's the way it is. So anyway, okay, enough of my complaining. Enough of complaining. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to read some more of these comments that are on the One Lonely Farmer channel, because there's a lot of comments that I cannot put into and I'd love to answer them. And this just seems like a better format to answer them in. Of course, because that was my last video for that channel, I'm probably just going to read all the comments that are on that channel and for tomorrow on Ag Talking Raw. So anyway, here we go. Did you all see Rice Farming TV channel about 4 corn seeds? So that he can say he's also a corn farmer. LOL. I'd like to see some of these funny moments with T, and I hope that she doesn't kick your ass. You won't see that anymore, and she won't kick my ass, even though she could. I mean, this girl is amazing. Anyway, that's enough of that one. The planter looks good, almost ready to go. The Samuel Walsh, yes, it is. It's pretty well ready to go. I just need to tidy up some hoses and some, just some hoses that are hanging there. And there's some things that need to get taken off of it yet. Yeah. Love that old drive belt lathe, works and does the job of the new fancy CNC. Just need to know how to read a mic. That is correct. Yeah. And somebody asked me if I had formal training on a lathe and a milling machine. I actually didn't have formal training. I went through metal shop in high school, which we were taught how to read inside, outside calipers and micrometers and things like that. Of course, that information is stored way in the back of my 17-year-old self, and but that's just the way it is. Those are skills that you don't lose. My lathe is like 130 years old, okay? 130 years old. This thing it's pretty well worn out. I know there's people like, oh, you need to do this and you need to do that. You need to do this and you need to do that. If I had a South Bend lathe that was like brand new off the line, I would make the best cuts. I'd be able to do whatever the hell I needed to do, and I wouldn't even know how to read a micrometer. I would just set what I wanted, and it'll adjust for tool wear and everything. Those things are awesome. Mark J says Larson Farms is a real deal, even though they have a heated shop. My shop is heated, but it's not as large, and I can't unfold a 24-row planter in there, and it's old. But that's okay, because Larson Farms does a good job. I am sure of that. You don't get to the level of their equipment by being a hack farmer, that's for sure. PA says, there goes the favorable algorithm, LOL. And, hey Wes, love the videos. Just wondering what Tim's most favorite part of the operation. I answered that already. I'm getting notifications here. Scott Bigger, LOL. Can John Deere we call John Deere combines a big green seeder. Well, they used to call the gleaner the silver seeder pheasant feeder. That's what they used to call those, but we don't have pheasants anymore, so yeah. Yeah, and I like Craftsman tools because of their warranty. I agree with that, Randy Scott. I once found old rusted-up Craftsman ratchet wrench in the field, turned it in, and they gave me a brand new one, no questions asked. Now, I've done that. A little speck of rust. I had the woman that we were turning tools into over at Sears, Craftsman, she would inspect it, and if she saw a speck of rust, she said, these are abused. We can't take these because they're abused. I'm like, it's a speck of rust. I'm sorry, that's our policy. I can't do anything for you. So I promptly went over to the wire brush aisle. Thank you. And right there, I bought the damn wire. Brushed off the speck of rust that had come through the chrome at the end, because at the end of the where you put it onto the nut that you're working on, it'll chip that chrome and you'll get a little bit of rust there if you don't have greasy, oily hands, which, sometimes these things sit in the toolbox for a long time, and that's when rust develops. So I scraped it off and I said, here, do you see any rust? She says, nope, thank you. So it only cost me a wire brush to get that. I think it was a 3/4 inch socket. And you all know how many 3/4 inch sockets that you put on the impact gun that really shouldn't be on the impact gun, and you crack them. Yeah, I've got a whole drawer of broken things from doing stupid stuff like that, but there you go. America, this is my opinion, but in my opinion, New Holland make the best combines. Case close second, John Deere are good for the tractors. I agree, America. I actually agree with that. I do. I really do. I'm not. We had a gleaner when I was a kid, and my dad always said it damn near bankrupt us. So I'll never buy one of those. Yes, NR. I don't know who NR. Oh, yes, NR is fixing a breakdown with what you got at the time. NR. Yeah, we won't use those words today. Because you do not have time or money to get the parts at the time, that is farm work. That is true. The N-word and the rig, the N-word rigger is like a craft that a lot of people don't have. It's actually a compliment. If you want to associate black people with the term nigger rig, I said it again. If you want to associate black people, it's a compliment. It means to overcome a problem, to get back going with what you have at hand, not just some parts hanger. Because I find a parts hanger is a slur to a mechanic, because most mechanics today are just parts hangers. They like, the computer told me that you have a bad water pump. We just replace those. We don't rebuild them anymore. So, yeah, thanks. That'd be $4,000, please. Okay, have you heard that John Deere's going to twin rotor combines? Yes, I did. I addressed that in the other one. And, yeah. Hey, Wes, ever tried transmission fluid and acetone mixed together? It doesn't work. It does not work. That is the age-old. Acetone is badass to begin with. You really don't want that. No. I don't think that it works. I never felt that it worked anyway. A little bit of heat, like warm, and like diesel fuel works better than transmission fluid and what do you call it? What you need is distillates. So transmission fluid is not technically a distillate or a thin machine oil. But yes, you can use Marvel's Mystery Oil. You can use Sea Foam. You can use, that's right. All right. Brian Hubbard, Mr. Pandy, have you ever operated or checked out Versatile? We already discussed that. Cutting oil, ? CAG 20. Cutting oil. You got to understand, though, cutting oil does nothing for what you're doing. It doesn't lubricate the bit because oil does not penetrate the work that you're dealing with because you're always in steel. Cutting oil is on top. What you really need to do is actually just cool your bit that you're using to cut. So it could be anything. It could be oil. It could be water. A lot of guys use water. Cutting oil or lubricant, it doesn't really do anything to help your bit cut through that steel. It just keeps it cool. Keeps it from wearing out fast. How does the F4U fly? They fly wonderfully, Brandon. I love my F4U Corsair. I don't show those on TV or on YouTube anymore because nobody likes to watch it. When do you want to harvest the corn? And how long does it need to grow in your country? That is Lemstra Firewood Hobby Hay Baling Lemstra. Okay, so it all depends on the variety that you plant. Generally, I like to plant 100 to 115 day corn. I have gone 120 day corn. Those are old varieties, and I don't think you can get them anymore. We used to use those for silage because the sugar contents in those were much higher, and they were slower growing, higher test weight, better proteins and starch. So yeah, that's what we used to grow. Now, today, I probably will be somewhere between 100 and 110 day, 112 day maximum. So we plant late April, early May, depending on when the soil is right, and we'll harvest sometime in late September, October, November. I don't like going anywhere past Thanksgiving for harvesting. Depends on the moisture as well. Oh, thumbs up. Your planter's looking great. Good luck in the field. Thank you, Ron Gross. Keep up the great work, Wes. Hell of a shop, Larson's. It is a nice shop. I would agree. What made me nervous about watching those boys changing those meters out and belts and stuff is, well, there was a couple of things that annoyed me about that video. One, again, parts hanger. That's what I see there. But that pit scared the hell out of me. These guys were jumping over the pit all the time. Jumping over the pit. Have pit covers, man. They make them. They're a grate that you set in. They're light. They're aluminum. Aluminum is strong. But you can put pit covers there so that you don't have this issue of falling into the pit. And, I've heard of people actually getting killed falling into a pit. They're concrete. You hit your head on the corners of those, you're done. So that's the one thing that really annoyed me about that. But a good clean video, guys. The Larson Farms do a great job with their clean videos. So, there wasn't so much of a gosh darn golly gee in there, It was funny. I liked it. So Jeff Ramon, because he's French, Oh, blah, 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 blah. I love Jeff. He's a good guy. I'm sitting here alongside the interstate, broke down again, watching this. Glad we have something in common. LOL. I'm really getting tired of truck quitting on me. I'm getting tired of seeing you sit alongside the damn road with that piece of shit. Why don't you go get yourself a Mac? What are you going, 30 mile? Get an old R model. Jack that bitch up to 400 horsepower, or get somebody to jack it up to 400 horsepower. A little R model, it's a day cab anyway. So run the piss out of it. Those R models last forever. Yeah, man. Or a CH Mac with a 427. That'll move your ass. Oh, yeah. Jeremy Freeman says, lid fell off. Shit, I lost most of the hopper of seed at 5 miles an hour. I've had that happen. You get into a spot like on a knoll here in New Jersey, and it'll be shale or it'll be riverstone, and you'll see the lid go boink, and then and half the seed is out on the ground, and it's like, and when seed costs like $250, a 50-pound bag, and there's 2 bags of it in there, it's like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? So, yeah, that's always fun. Old Nam Grunt. Now, we're going to get into the... I actually have a channel, another channel, that does talk about divorce. And I may link to that. I don't know. But at some point, I would love to use that channel to tell stories about divorce. And if you feel that that's a good idea, go ahead and leave a comment below here. And if it is a good idea, the next video I do on this channel, I will reveal that channel, and I will start to read the stories, the horror stories on divorce. And I think that that's a really good format because more than 50% of people out here, get divorced. Even if it's a mild divorce, one that you remained friends, you just couldn't stand to fuck her anymore. That's okay. I don't have a problem with that. But if you want to do that format, I would love to read your stories, put them out there for everyone to see that how horrible it can be to a farmer who found the love of their life and thought that they would understand what farming life is, because, as you know, it is very hard to get a woman that is farm-oriented anymore. It's true. It's really true. And I could even say about how farms work. Okay, so Ryan Kister. Ryan Kister's a great guy. Good kid. You know, he's a little older than Timothy, maybe a year and a half older than Tim. I think he's a year and a half older than Tim. And he had his girlfriend, Jamie. All right. Now, Jamie was all about farmers. Okay, why was she all about farmers? She wasn't from a farm. She didn't grow up on a farm. She didn't even. Now, pure speculation here. Now, I've met Jamie. I find her to be a very recluse person, very closed off, and very combative. She really was. If you said something that was maybe off color and she didn't agree with it, she was in your face, and instead of saying, "Hey, why do you feel that way? Let's have a discussion about it," it was, "Fuck you, yeah, that kind of a thing." But now Ryan has a farm-oriented girl. I think Ryan is going to be very happy because he is with someone who understands agriculture, the ups, the downs, the good, the bad, the ugly, how stuff happens, and there you go. Like, hey, there it is. So, women can be mean. Ladies can be mean. Old Nam Grunt, you put that so well, I was impressed. Because I know some Vietnam vets, they got some words about mean ladies. I'll tell you what, and they ain't nice. So, anyway, Matt Hunter. I haven't read these comments from here down as of today. I read them last night, so they're kind of vaguely familiar. But Matt Hunter, Wes, I live in Minnesota, hour and a half east of Chet Larson, and we have plenty of big rocks. Picked plenty of rocks when I was a kid. Most of them were softball and basketball size. That'll destroy a corn planter at 10 mile an hour. He will be just fine. Pretty sure they are set up to be strong. From the sound of it, I think he said they were already going 6.5 miles an hour or something close to that. Anyways, can't wait to see you guys in the field. Have a good day, Wes. Now, my opinion on this is they might be set up to be tough, but have you ever smacked your head against a rock? They're tougher. I mean, I've killed deer with rocks, when you don't want to use another round because you feel they're so worthless. You take a rock, you smash a deer's head. Yeah, I'm violent and evil. Okay, so 6.5 miles an hour is pretty quick. You're moving along pretty good. The damage that you are going to cause in that next 3.5 miles an hour of speed will be greater than the cost of another planter going 6.5 miles an hour. They've already got 2 planters, and they can change it over from beans to corn very easily. From what I saw in the video, they can change it over. It only takes probably an hour to do the changing the meters. It's easier to change the meters on the new ones than it is the old ones like I've got. But there it is. You change the meters, you go and you plant corn. Today, guys, you got to get up at 5:30 this morning or 4:30 this morning to change the meters because I want to be going at daybreak. And boom, you're in the field going 5 miles an hour. Therefore, 2 machines running 5 miles an hour, less damage to both. You're still going 10 mile an hour with 2 machines, if you figure it right. And you're really doing it. You're doing a good job because the slower you go, everybody knows this. It doesn't matter whether you're vacuum meters or finger pickups or plates. The slower you go, the more accurate you're going to be. Anyway, that's enough of talking about Larson Farms because it's not my business. It's just what I saw. And it seems like they're good people, really good people. And I love their shop. I wish I had it. I'm a little jealous of the shop. And at some point, I will be having a shop like that. I am still planning on buying a farm that belonged to my family, my mother's side, and there is a 54 by 100 building in there, which is more than big enough to pull a tractor in and turn it around and unfold and do things that I would need to do. It just needs a cement floor. That's it. It was my grandfather's place, my grandparents' place. Okay, the green Loctite sleeve and bearing retainer is the stuff to use on it. On that, it will work up to .015 slip fit clearance. Yeah, the red works actually tighter than the green. The green stuff, I've used it, but because I knurled I didn't want to press it in because, like I said, I was afraid of splitting that cog. So I knurled it so that Loctite would fit in there really nice, and as I pressed it into the gear set or that cog, it was just a very simple fit and that Loctite is held in there, it's never going to go bad. But the green stuff, I agree, that's sleeve retainer. So if you've had a bearing that is that scored the shaft pretty bad, what I have done is gotten a bearing that's a little bit wider, and it covers the over each side of the scored part of the shaft, and then you just lay that green stuff in there, and then bloop, and then there you go. What they need to come up with is a swelling type of green Loctite, one that you put on, and then when it gets put over the top of it, somehow make it so that it foams up and locks it in there really nice and tight. But that's just my opinion, and I'm not a chemist, so I don't know. Well, I'm an agricultural chemist, obviously. But okay. Jan Coates from South Africa says, I hope the TR's working still great for you. TR96 was, when I was done with soybeans, I put it away dirty. I was pissed off because 80 bushel beans in the front and 8 bushel beans in the back took me down to 18 bushels to the acre on these fields, most of them. Some of them I never even went into. I averaged 18 bushels of soybeans to the acre, and I had some of the best beans that year, but the deer had destroyed them to the point where I couldn't make a living. So I put the combine away dirty, and then the next summer, me and Miss Teresa, Miss T, came out, and we cleaned it completely. We actually greased it and put it away. I've pulled the batteries out of that combine. There is some exhaust work that needs to be done to it, and that's it, baby. New tires on the ass end of it. The front tires are okay. Possibly we'll have to get new tires for the front of it. I would put radials on the front of that combine and in the back because I've worked the ground, and in New Jersey things can turn to soup in a big hurry. So yeah. William T. Muzzle. Morning, Wes. Morning, Will. William. Morning, William. Okay. Thanks for the video. First loved your videos, and I think that was the end of it. All right, so this is it. Now I'm going to explain why I'm done making videos on One Lonely Farmer. And it only took 22 minutes to get to this point. And if you're still here, it's April 1st. Come on. Did you really think that I was going to stop making videos? Get the hell out of here. If you really honestly believed that I was done making videos on One Lonely Farmer, you just need to load up your revolver, give her a spin, and pull one off. No, don't do that. Don't do that. I'm just joking. No, I am not going to quit making videos. Yes, there are people that are targeting me, my land, through my YouTube channel. They think they know where I'm at, and they think that they can get my ground, and that is not happening too well for them. And they can just kiss my ass. But YouTube, I love YouTube. I actually don't care about the money that I make on YouTube, and it's just been a great thing. I'm more proud of that than I am of fixing my corn planter. Well, not really. I fixed that corn planter. That corn planter is just tits right now. I mean, if you saw the video on One Lonely Farmer, then you know that it is going to go to the field. It's going to work good. I made some good improvements on it. Somebody had said that the corn planter only needed to drive from the right side. Well, what happens if you make a slight left turn? That slows the whole system down. So I don't have fertilizer on it. If I do put fertilizer back on it to use those 2 tanks, it will be through an electric pump and a flow meter, probably GPS guided so that it rates speed versus, I guess I could use the old squeeze style pumps too, which were great. And I could just tie those right into the corn the seed transmission. And that's that. But anyway, yeah, not quitting. I got you. It's April Fool's Day. Have a nice one. Thanks for being here. I love y'all.